For thousands of years, a strange fruit has quietly survived on Earth, even though the creature it was meant to feed disappeared long ago. This isn't a legend or a dramatic exaggeration. It's a real scientific mystery hidden inside one of the most popular fruits in the world today, the avocado. Creamy, green, and now famous on toast, salads, and guacamole, may actually be a fruit that lost its evolutionary partner thousands of years ago. Long before modern farms and supermarkets existed, the avocado was part of a prehistoric ecosystem filled with giant animals. And when those giants vanished, the avocado should have vanished with them. Yet somehow, it survived. To understand why scientists call the avocado a lonely fruit, we first need to look at its unusual design. At first glance, an avocado seems simple. It has thick skin that protects the fruit, soft green flesh packed with nutrients, and in the center lies a massive seed. But that seed is the key to the mystery. It is far larger than the seeds found in most fruits. In fact, it is so large that most animals alive today cannot swallow it. In nature, fruits exist mainly for one purpose: to convince animals to eat them. When animals eat fruit, they carry the seeds away and eventually deposit them somewhere else, helping the plant spread and grow in new places. Small berries are carried by birds across forests. Fruits like cherries and peaches are eaten by mammals that spread their seeds over wide distances. But the avocado's giant seed doesn't fit this system. Birds cannot swallow it, deer cannot manage it, and most animals simply eat around it and leave the seed behind. From an evolutionary perspective, that creates a puzzle. If modern animals cannot spread avocado seeds effectively, then which animal was the fruit originally designed for? The answer lies deep in prehistory. In a time when the landscapes of the Americas looked very different from today, around 10 to 13,000 years ago, during the late Ice Age, the continents of North and South America were home to enormous animals known as megafauna. These creatures were far larger than most animals alive today. There were giant ground sloths that could grow as large as modern elephants, enormous herbivores that browsed through forests, and elephant-like creatures called gomphotheres that roamed across ancient plains and woodlands. These animals had massive bodies, powerful jaws, and digestive systems capable of processing huge quantities of plant material, including large fruits. Scientists believe that the avocado evolved specifically for animals like these. For a giant ground sloth or a gomphothere, swallowing a fruit the size of an avocado would have been easy. The animal would eat the fruit whole, seed included. Then it would travel long distances across forests and valleys before eventually depositing the seed somewhere far away. By the time the seed reached the ground, it would be surrounded by nutrient-rich fertilizer, giving the young plant a strong chance to grow. This relationship between plant and animal is called seed dispersal, and it is one of the most important partnerships in nature. For thousands of years, the avocado tree and these massive animals likely depended on each other in exactly this way. But nature rarely stays the same forever. At the end of the last ice age, the world entered a period of dramatic environmental change. Temperatures shifted, glaciers melted, and ecosystems transformed. During this same period, human populations began spreading across the Americas. Within a few thousand years, many of the continent's giant animals disappeared. Scientists still debate the exact cause. Some researchers believe climate change altered habitats too quickly for the animals to adapt. Others believe that human hunting added pressure to already struggling populations. Most likely, it was a combination of both forces. Whatever the cause, the result was the same. The megafauna vanished. When those giant animals disappeared, many plants lost the partners that had once spread their seeds. For some species, this meant slow decline and eventual extinction. Without animals to carry their seeds across landscapes, their populations shrank and their genetic diversity weakened. In theory, the avocado should have faced the same fate. Its large seed and fruit structure were designed for animals that no longer existed. From a purely evolutionary perspective, the avocado had become a plant without a partner. Yet the avocado did not disappear. Instead, it experienced something rare in evolutionary history. It found a completely new partner. That partner was humans. Thousands of years ago, indigenous communities living in what is now southern Mexico and Central America encountered avocado trees growing wild in tropical forests. At first, the fruit may have been just another edible plant among many, but people quickly noticed its unusual qualities. Avocados are extremely nutritious. Unlike most fruits, which are rich mainly in sugars, avocados contain high amounts of healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Their creamy texture made them both filling and versatile as food. Early farmers began protecting the trees, gathering the fruits, and eventually planting the seeds close to their settlements. Archaeological evidence suggests that humans were already using avocados. More than 7,000 years ago, over generations, people began selecting trees that produced better fruits, larger, creamier, and easier to eat. This process, known as domestication, slowly transformed the avocado from a wild forest fruit into a cultivated crop. Without realizing it, early farmers had taken over the role once played by giant Ice Age animals. Humans became the avocado's new seed carriers, planting it in gardens, villages, and agricultural lands. In ancient Mesoamerican cultures, the avocado became an important and respected food. Civilizations such as the Aztecs valued the fruit highly and included it in their daily diets. In fact, the word avocado itself comes from the Nahuatl language spoken by the Aztecs. The original word was avocado, which referred both to the fruit and its distinctive shape. By the time European explorers arrived in the Americas, avocados were already a well-established crop in many regions. Despite this long history, the avocado remained largely unknown outside the Americas for centuries. It was only in the 19th and early 20th centuries that avocado trees began spreading to other parts of the world. Farmers experimented with planting them in different climates, especially in regions like California, where conditions were suitable for growth. Slowly, avocados began appearing in markets beyond their original homeland. Then, in the 1920s, a single tree changed the global avocado industry. A California mail carrier named Rudolph Hass planted an avocado seed in his yard. The tree that grew from that seed produced fruits unlike most others at the time. They had dark, rough skin and an exceptionally rich, creamy texture. At first, growers were uncertain about this new variety because it looked different from traditional green avocados, but when people tasted it, they loved it. Over time, the fruit from that tree became known as the Hass avocado, and it spread rapidly through orchards around the world. Today, the Hass variety accounts for roughly 80% of the avocados sold globally. Even with its modern popularity, the avocado still carries the biological signatures of its ancient past. Its oversized seed, thick protective skin, and nutrient-dense flesh all make sense when imagined in a world filled with giant animals capable of swallowing the fruit whole. Those features evolved long before modern agriculture existed. They belong to an ecosystem that disappeared thousands of years ago. This is why some scientists describe the avocado as an evolutionary anachronism. In simple terms, it is a species whose design reflects a world that no longer exists. The animals that once helped spread its seeds are gone, yet the plant itself survived by forming a completely new partnership with humans. Without human cultivation, the avocado might have slowly faded from the landscape. Instead, it spread farther than it ever did in prehistoric times. Today, millions of avocados are grown each year. Across countries such as Mexico, Peru, Chile, and the United States, they travel thousands of kilometers from orchards to supermarkets and kitchens around the world. What was once a fruit of ancient forests has become a global agricultural product and a symbol of modern food culture. Yet behind that success lies a quiet reminder of the distant past. Every avocado still contains the same massive seed that once relied on Ice Age giants to travel across the land. That seed is a small piece of evolutionary history, preserved inside a fruit that outlived the world it was designed for. So the next time you cut open an avocado, remember that you are not just preparing a meal. You are holding a survivor from a prehistoric partnership that vanished thousands of years ago. The giants that once carried this fruit across ancient landscapes are gone, but the avocado remains, rescued, cultivated, and spread by humans who unknowingly replaced them. In a way, the avocado is more than just a popular fruit. It is one of the quiet survivors of a lost world, a fruit that once belonged to giants, and now depends entirely on us to continue its journey through history.